Okay, let's be real for a second. Every guy dreams of walking up to a woman, saying the right thing, and instantly connecting. But when the moment comes, the brain just freezes, right?
Oh yeah, that moment when you see her across the room, your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and suddenly every line you practiced in the mirror disappears into thin air.
Exactly. You start overthinking everything. What do I say? What if she rejects me? What if I embarrass myself? Before you know it, she's gone. And you're left thinking, if only I had the confidence to just say something.
So today we're gonna change that. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what to say when you approach a woman, but you'll feel confident doing it.
Because confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And it's built on understanding how women think, how to stay calm in the moment, and how to actually enjoy the conversation instead of fearing it.
And trust me, you don't need perfect lines, fancy clothes, or movie star looks. What you need is the right mindset and a few simple practical tools that we're gonna break down step by step.
So stick around, because by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to approach any woman without fear, without awkwardness, and without sounding like you're trying too hard.
Let's start with the truth most men don't want to hear.
And what's that, James?
The real problem isn't that you don't know what to say. It's that you're too focused on yourself. You're worried about being judged, rejected, or saying the wrong thing, and all that energy goes inward.
Exactly. When you're focused on yourself, your energy becomes nervous and closed off. But when you focus on her, being curious, observant, and present, that's when everything changes.
Think of it like this. If you walk up to a woman thinking, "Please don't reject me," your body language will show that fear. But if you approach thinking, "I'm just going to enjoy this moment and meet someone new," that's confidence.
Confidence isn't about being loud or smooth. It's about being comfortable. Women can instantly feel when a man is genuinely comfortable in his own skin.
And here's the secret. Women aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for a man who makes them feel something. Safe, curious, excited, seen.
Yes. And you can create that feeling without fancy lines or pretending to be someone you're not. You just have to show up as you, with calm energy and real curiosity.
Let's test this with an example. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop. There's a woman near the counter scrolling on her phone. Most guys would overthink. What can I say that's cool? But what if you just walked over and said,
Hey, I'm not trying to be weird, but I noticed your energy. You look super calm. What's your secret? More coffee or meditation? Boom! You've started a conversation that's playful, non-threatening, and real.
Exactly. You've made her smile. You've shown confidence, humor, and interest all in one short sentence. That's how it starts.
If this kind of practical approach feels refreshing already, hit that like button right now. It helps more people find this and builds our Modern Love Talk community.
And let us know in the comments, what's the most awkward or funny thing you've ever said when trying to talk to someone? We'll share the best ones in a future episode.
Here's something a lot of guys don't realize. Women aren't testing your words. They're testing your energy.
Exactly. When you walk up to a woman, she's reading everything. Your posture, your tone, your facial expressions, how relaxed you are.
Confidence is contagious. If you're calm, she feels calm. If you're nervous, she feels awkward. So the goal isn't to hide your nervousness, it's to own it.
Right, because when you own your emotions, you come across as authentic. You're not pretending, and that's powerful.
I'll tell you something most women won't say out loud. When a guy walks up to us authentically, even if he stumbles a little, we still find it charming. Why? Because it's real.
So guys, don't try to be perfect. Instead, focus on presence. Look her in the eye, take a breath, and genuinely be interested in her. Ask questions that make her talk, not questions that make you sound rehearsed.
For example, instead of saying, "You're so beautiful, can I get your number?" Try something like, You seem like you're having a good day. What's the secret? Or, you've got a great smile. What's the story behind that?
See how those lines create curiosity instead of pressure. They give her a reason to engage instead of feeling like she's being hit on.
And if she doesn't respond the way you hoped, that's okay too. Confidence means being okay with the outcome, whatever it is.
That's what separates the confident men from the rest. Confident men don't chase, they invite. They create space for connection, but they're not attached to it.
And that's exactly why women feel drawn to them. Not because they're perfect, but because they're comfortable being themselves.
So next time you see a woman you want to talk to, remember this: she's not looking for perfection. She's looking for connection. And if you focus on that, everything else flows naturally.
If this is starting to make sense, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got a whole series coming up on confidence, texting, and building attraction the right way.
Yeah, and trust me, the next part's going to be fun. We're diving into what actually say when you start that conversation, including real examples that work in everyday situations.
Okay, James, now that we've talked about the mindset behind confidence, let's talk about what everyone really wants to know. What do you actually say when you approach a woman?
Yeah, because this is the part that scares guys the most. You see her, your heart's pounding, and you think if I say the wrong thing, it's over. But in reality, it's not about the exact words. It's about the energy behind them.
Exactly. Women don't fall for your script, they fall for your vibe. You can say the simplest thing in the world, but if you say it with warmth, confidence, and curiosity, it works.
So here's the truth. The perfect line doesn't exist. But what does exist is authentic presence. That means being fully in the moment and letting your personality show.
Let's play this out with some examples. Imagine you're walking into a bookstore. You see a woman flipping through a novel. Most guys overthink, but you could simply walk up and say,
You look like you actually know how to pick a good book. Should I trust your taste or keep wandering like a lost soul?
That's smooth because it's playful but not creepy. You're teasing yourself, showing humor, and inviting her to respond. That's what makes it natural.
Right. And the beauty is, it's not about being perfect. It's about making her smile. That tiny laugh breaks the ice and opens the door for real conversation.
And you can adjust this in any situation. At a cafe, it might be, that coffee looks way better than mine. Did I order wrong? Or at the gym. Okay, I swear I'm not judging, but you actually look like you know what you're doing. Teach me your secret.
The key is keep it light, observational, and real. Don't try to sound like a pickup artist. Be human, be playful.
And here's a huge tip. Don't start by complimenting her looks. I know it's tempting, but it instantly puts pressure on her.
Yes, because it shifts the energy from connection to validation. Instead, compliment her vibe. Say something like, you've got really chill energy, or you seem like someone who enjoys life. That shows you're paying attention to who she is, not just how she looks.
Exactly. That's the difference between a guy who's just trying to get attention and a guy who's genuinely interested. Hey, if any of these examples are giving you ideas, drop your favorite one in the comments. We love seeing what works for different guys. And Sarah usually picks her favorite responses to talk about in the next episode.
Yes, so don't be shy, type it in. And if you're learning something new already, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this video to more people like you.
All right, so let's say you've broken the ice. She's smiling, she's talking back. Now what? How do you keep the conversation from dying out in awkward silence?
This is where a lot of guys panic. They start firing off questions like they're in a job interview. Where are you from? What do you do? How long have you lived here?
Yeah, and that just feels stiff and predictable. It's not that those questions are bad, it's that they lack emotion. You're not creating a feeling.
Exactly. The best conversations don't sound like an interview, they feel like a dance. There's a rhythm, curiosity, and playfulness.
So instead of asking, what do you do for work? Try, do you actually like what you do? Or is it one of those pays the bills but drains your soul kind of jobs?
That's gold. It's funny, it's real, and it invites her to share honestly. And honesty is where connection starts.
And when she talks, don't just nod. Listen. Like, actually listen. Because women can tell when you're just waiting for your turn to talk.
Yeah, and when you really listen, you can build off what she says. That's how you keep it natural. For example, if she says she likes hiking, don't just say, "Oh, that's cool." Say something like, "Okay, be honest. Are you the kind of hiker who enjoys nature or the kind who takes 5 pictures and complains about bugs?"
Exactly. It's playful, personal, and it keeps the vibe going.
And remember, silence isn't the enemy. Sometimes pausing and smiling builds tension in a good way.
Confidence isn't about filling every second with words. It's about being comfortable with space.
That's such an underrated point. When you can stay calm and present in silence, it actually makes you more magnetic because you're showing you're not desperate for approval. You're relaxed.
And that's what confidence really looks like in conversation. It's not about being the loudest or funniest. It's about being grounded.
So once the conversation's going well, how do you actually build attraction instead of just chatting like friends?
Ah, great question. Attraction builds when a woman feels seen and safe at the same time. That means you show curiosity about her mind, but also a little playful tension.
Exactly. You can say something like, "You're easy to talk to. Are you like this with everyone or am I special?" It's teasing, it's confident, and it adds a spark.
Playful teasing is powerful because it shows you're not afraid to take up space. You're confident enough to flirt, but not pushy about it.
Just make sure your teasing is light and never personal. The goal is to make her laugh, not to make her feel small.
Right, and if she teases you back, play along. That's her way of saying she's comfortable.
Exactly. A great conversation is like a tennis match. It's not about winning, it's about keeping the ball in play.
If you're loving these examples, take a second to hit that subscribe button because the next part of this video is where things get really good.
Yeah, next we'll show you how to end the conversation in a confident way that makes her want to see you again without begging for her number or overdoing it.
So, James, let's say the conversation is flowing. The energy feels good, she's smiling. How do you end it in a way that feels confident, not awkward or rushed?
Ah, yes, the exit strategy. This is where so many guys mess up. Either they hang around too long and the energy fades, or they leave too quickly and it feels cold.
Right. And honestly, this moment can make or break the whole interaction because how you end the conversation often determines whether she wants to see you again.
Exactly. Here's the rule. Always leave while the energy is still high. Think of it like a great movie. It's better to end with people wanting more than wishing it was over.
I love that. So if she's laughing, smiling, and you've shared a good vibe, that's your cue to wrap things up gracefully. You could say something like,
"Hey, I've got to run, but this was fun. I'd like to continue this conversation another time." Simple, confident, no pressure.
yes, that line works because it's not needy, it's balanced. You're showing interest, but also respect for your own time. That's attractive.
And notice what I didn't say. I didn't beg for her number. I didn't say, "Can I please get your number?" like I'm asking for permission. Instead, I led the moment.
That's powerful. It's a small shift in energy, but women can feel it instantly. You're inviting her into your world, not chasing hers.
Exactly. And if you want to take it a step further, you can personalize it. For example, if you met her in a coffee shop, you could say,
You clearly have great taste in coffee and conversation. Let's grab another one sometime. What's the best way to reach you?
yes. You're giving context, keeping it light, and making it easy for her to say yes. That's how confident men communicate.
And for guys watching, please write that down somewhere. The tone matters just as much as the words. It's not about being overly charming, it's about being real.
Totally. You could even add humor. Something like, "I feel like we're just getting started, but if I don't leave now, I'll be late to my next bad decision." That's funny, confident, and keeps her smiling.
That's perfect. It shows playfulness, but also control. You're ending things on your terms. By the way, if you've ever struggled with how to end conversations smoothly, drop a yes in the comments right now. We're actually reading them and responding personally.
Yeah, and if you're liking this style of back and forth advice, hit that like button. It really helps us keep making these deeper relationship episodes.
Okay, James, let's be real. The question every guy wants to know. How do you ask for her number without sounding desperate or awkward?
Great question. First, you have to shift your mindset. You're not asking for her number, you're offering a chance to continue the connection.
Ooh, that's such a good frame, because when you approach it that way, it comes from confidence instead of fear.
Exactly. So instead of asking like this, could I get your number, please? Which sounds like you need her approval. Try something like, we should grab a coffee again sometime. What's the best way to reach you?
Yes, it's confident, it's respectful, and it feels natural. She knows what you want, but she doesn't feel pressured.
Another one I love is, you're fun to talk to. I'd like to continue this, but I don't want to interrupt your day. Let's text later. That one works wonders.
And notice, you're giving her an easy yes path. You're not forcing a decision, you're inviting one.
Exactly. And if she hesitates or says she doesn't give out her number, no problem. Stay cool, smile, and say, totally get it, no pressure. It was great talking to you either way.
That response is gold because it shows maturity. You're not taking it personally. And trust me, confidence in rejection makes women respect you even more.
Right, because confidence isn't about always winning. It's about staying grounded no matter the outcome.
So true. And sometimes the way you handle the no leaves a stronger impression than the guys who got the number.
Exactly. She might even rethink it and message you later if the opportunity comes up again. So always leave things on a positive, calm note.
Hey, if you're taking notes right now, and I know some of you are, drop a fire emoji in the comments. That tells us you're serious about improving.
And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell icon. We've got an entire series coming on texting confidence and emotional connection skills. You won't want to miss those.
So you've had the conversation, you've ended it smoothly, you've got her number. What's next? How do you make sure she remembers you?
The secret ingredient, emotional impact. You have to leave her feeling something. That could be laughter, curiosity, or comfort. What matters is how she feels when you walk away.
Yes, because women might forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Exactly, and one great way to do that is to end with something memorable. For example, you could say, "You've officially made my day more interesting. Don't ruin it by ignoring my text later."
That's so good. It's flirty, but still lighthearted. It makes her smile after you've gone.
Or you could use a callback. If earlier you joked about something, bring it back at the end. Like if you teased her about her coffee order, you can end with, "Next time, I'm trusting your coffee recommendation, but if it's terrible, I'm blaming you forever."
That's so effective. It shows you are paying attention, it builds continuity, and it creates a reason for her to want to see you again.
And that's the beauty of good conversation. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real, present, and confident enough to walk away knowing you did your part.
Yes, confidence doesn't mean she says yes. It means you leave the situation proud of how you showed up.
Well said. And the more you practice this, the easier it gets. Each time you approach someone, you're training your brain to stay calm, authentic, and grounded.
Exactly. It's not about becoming a smooth talker overnight. It's about learning how to be yourself under pressure.
Okay, James, we've talked about what to say and how to end the conversation, but let's talk about what's going on inside most guys. The nerves, the racing heart, the overthinking.
Oh, 100%. Because let's be real, most men don't freeze up because they don't know what to say. They freeze because their brain goes, what if she rejects me?
Exactly. It's that fear loop. The mind starts spinning stories like, she's out of my league, or I'm going to embarrass myself, and suddenly your confidence disappears.
And here's the truth, guys. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about taking action despite the fear. Every confident man you admire, he still feels it. He's just learned how to handle it.
That's so true. Fear is part of the game, but the difference between confident men and nervous men is what they focus on.
Right. Nervous men focus on themselves, how they look, what they'll say, how she'll react.
Confident men focus on the moment. They're curious, they're present, they're enjoying the human connection.
I love that. So if you're watching right now and thinking, I always get nervous, here's your first mindset shift. Stop trying to impress her, start trying to understand her.
Boom, that alone changes everything. When you take the spotlight off yourself, your anxiety starts to fade. You move from performance mode to connection mode.
And you can literally feel the difference in your body. Your shoulders relax, your breathing evens out, your tone softens. It's a whole different energy.
Exactly. And speaking of body language, let's break that down for a second, because this part can make or break your first impression. When you approach a woman, your body speaks before your mouth does. So here's what confident body language looks like. Shoulders relaxed but not slouched, slow, grounded movements, eyes steady, not darting around, a calm smile, not forced or nervous.
Yep, you can literally feel when someone's energy is calm and centered. It puts you at ease. But when a guy walks up with tense shoulders or too much energy, it feels off.
And here's the secret, guys. Confident body language isn't about looking tough, it's about being comfortable. Women can tell instantly when a guy is genuinely at ease in his own skin.
Exactly. It's not about standing like a superhero. It's about standing like someone who's not trying too hard. There's a quiet confidence in that.
Right, because women aren't attracted to fake confidence, they're attracted to grounded energy. That's the kind of presence that makes people want to be around you.
James, let's do a quick example for our viewers. Imagine you're at a bar and you see a woman sitting with a drink. How would a nervous guy approach versus a confident one?
Okay, nervous guy first. He spots her, hesitates, takes a sip of his drink, checks his phone, and then rushes over awkwardly like, hey, I just saw you sitting here,
Oh no, I've seen that so many times. The poor guy is trying so hard, but his energy screams uncertainty.
Exactly. Now, confident guy. He notices her, takes a breath, walks over at a steady pace, and says something simple like, you look like you're trying to decide if your drink was a good idea or not. Then he smiles.
Yes, that's playful, casual, and natural. It feels human, not like he's reading from a script.
Exactly, because confidence isn't loud, it's calm. It's that energy that says, I'm good with myself and I'm curious about you.
Guys, if you've ever felt your heart race when approaching someone, drop a heart in the comments. Let's normalize that fear because everyone feels it.
And if this breakdown is helping you, hit like. It helps YouTube show this to more men who need to hear it.
So, James, what are some practical ways guys can actually train their emotional confidence? Like, how do you get comfortable talking to women if you've never done it before?
Love that question. Emotional confidence is built the same way as physical strength, through reps. You have to practice social interactions consistently.
Right. It's not about walking up to the love of your life on day one. It's about warming up, talking to baristas, strangers, co-workers. It's like exposure therapy for your social skills.
Exactly. Start small. Smile at 3 strangers a day. Say hey to someone in an elevator. Compliment someone's outfit. The goal isn't to impress, it's to desensitize yourself to fear.
That's such a good strategy. It's like telling your brain, hey, talking to people isn't dangerous. Over time, the anxiety fades.
And here's something powerful. If you want to be confident with women, stop making every interaction about attraction. Just get good at talking to people.
Yes, because if you can hold a conversation with anyone, you can hold one with a woman you find attractive. The same skills apply: presence, listening, humor.
Exactly. And for the guys who feel socially anxious, practice what I call the 1-second rule. When you see someone you want to talk to, move toward them within 1 second before your brain talks you out of it.
Oh, I love that. It's so simple but effective. You're training your brain to act before overthinking kicks in.
Exactly, because hesitation feeds fear. Action kills it.
So true. The more you take action, the less power fear has over you. And when you start building those small wins, your confidence grows naturally.
And here's another mindset shift that helps a lot. Stop seeing women as judges of your worth. Start seeing them as potential connections. That energy changes everything.
Yes, because when you treat her like a person instead of a prize, you automatically relax. She feels safer, and the interaction flows naturally. If that mindset hit you, comment the word connection down below. We'll know you're part of the group that's done making fear the driver.
And make sure to subscribe because next week we're dropping a full episode on emotional intelligence in dating, how to read cues and respond with confidence.
You know, James, this really makes me think. So many guys believe confidence comes after success, but it's actually the other way around. Confidence creates success.
Exactly. You don't wait to feel confident, you act confident, and your feelings catch up later. Confidence is a skill, not a mood.
That's such an empowering thought because it means anyone watching this right now can start becoming that version of themselves today.
Exactly. You don't need fancy clothes, looks, or a big bank account. You just need presence, calm energy, and the courage to take the first step.
All right, James. So a guy finally approaches a woman with confidence, open strong, and she responds positively. But now he's thinking, okay, what next? How do I keep the conversation going?
Ah, yes, the classic freeze moment. You've done the hard part approaching her, and now your brain suddenly forgets how to speak like a normal human being.
Right. It's like your charm just packed its bags and left.
Exactly, but this is where most guys mess up. Not because they don't have things to say, but because they start focusing on saying the right thing instead of feeling the right vibe.
That's so true. The best conversations aren't about perfect words, they're about emotional flow. How you make her feel matters more than what you actually say.
Exactly. Think of it like music. It's not just the notes, it's the rhythm and energy between them. And when you get that rhythm right, the conversation feels effortless.
So let's break this down. The first key to good conversation is listening to understand, not just to reply.
Exactly. When she talks, actually listen. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Pick up on the small details she shares and build from there.
For example, if she says, I've been traveling a lot lately, most guys respond with, oh, nice, where to? And that's it. But a better response might be,
Traveling a lot? That sounds adventurous. Are you escaping something or just collecting stories?
yes, that's playful and curious. It invites her to open up and have fun. You're showing interest without being too serious.
And that's the key, curiosity over interrogation. You're not an interviewer. You're a guy getting to know someone in a natural, relaxed way.
Exactly. And women love when a man makes them feel interesting. It shows that you're engaged in the conversation, not just trying to get somewhere.
Right. And speaking of engagement, let's talk about flirting, because this is where you can start to build chemistry without being creepy.
Okay, this is where a lot of men get it wrong. They either flirt too aggressively or not at all. But good flirting is subtle. It's more about tone and energy than explicit compliments.
Exactly. Flirting should feel like a dance, not a chase. You're teasing lightly, creating tension, and then letting it breathe.
For example, if she jokes about being bad at something, you could say, oh, really? That sounds like a challenge. Should I be worried? That's light teasing. It shows confidence without arrogance.
Yes, and one of my favorite flirting techniques is mirroring with humor. If she says something sarcastic, respond with playful sarcasm. It builds instant rapport.
Totally. The golden rule is this. If you're having fun, she will too. Flirting should feel natural, not forced.
And here's a pro tip. Don't over-compliment. Saying you're beautiful 5 times in 10 minutes doesn't make her like you more, it makes her question your confidence.
Exactly. Compliments should feel earned. Instead of, you're so pretty, try something like, you've got this spark when you talk about what you love. It's contagious.
See, that kind of compliment hits different. It's personal and shows you're actually paying attention.
If this is helping you see flirting in a whole new light, hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow.
And let us know in the comments what kind of lines or moments worked best for you in real life. We might even break some of your stories down in a future episode.
All right, James, let's be honest. Some guys make mistakes that totally kill the vibe. What are the biggest ones?
Okay, mistake number 1, trying too hard to impress. You start flexing achievements or oversharing personal details, hoping she'll like you. It's pressure, not confidence.
Exactly. Real confidence says, I'm enough as I am. You don't have to perform, you just have to connect.
And mistake number 2, talking too much. Guys sometimes think they have to carry the whole conversation, but attraction builds in the pauses, the listening, the curiosity.
Yes, silence isn't the enemy, it's a tool. If she's comfortable with the moment of quiet, it means there's ease between you. That's actually a good sign.
And number 3, complaining or negativity. Nothing drains attraction faster than a guy who brings negative energy.
Oh my gosh, yes. Confidence is positive energy. It's hopeful, light, curious. If you start talking about how much dating sucks or how all women are the same, she's gone.
Exactly. You can't build attraction from frustration. You build it from curiosity and playfulness.
So if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, I want to start working on these qualities, hit that like button right now. That way we know you're serious about growing.
And leave a comment telling us which quality you feel strongest in and which one you want to improve. We read every single comment and it helps us plan future videos for you. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already because we're just getting started. In the next part, we'll share some practical techniques to actually apply these qualities in real conversations with women.
Let's do another example, James. You be the guy again. This time, show what happens when the conversation flows right.
Okay, here we go. You're sitting at a cafe, and I walk up and say, "Hey, you look like you're deep in thought. Are you solving world problems or just picking what pastry to get?"
That depends. Is there a right answer that makes me sound smart?
Oh, definitely not. I'm still trying to figure out which pastry counts as a healthy choice. Maybe you can help me cheat the system.
Okay, see, that's good. It's light, it's playful, and it doesn't feel forced. It's a conversation, not a performance.
Exactly. That's what we want guys to understand. The goal isn't to impress, it's to connect. The conversation should feel like an exchange of energy, not a test.
And if it flows, it flows. If it doesn't, that's okay too. You can't connect deeply with everyone, and that's part of the process.
Absolutely. You win every time you take action. Because confidence isn't about getting every woman, it's about being fearless enough to try.
If you've ever walked away from a conversation thinking, man, I wish I'd said this instead, subscribe right now. We're going to help you never feel that way again.
Yeah, hit that bell too so you don't miss our next episode where we talk about how to tell if she's actually interested or just being nice. You're gonna love that one.
Confidence isn't about never messing up. It's about being okay when you do. And the moment you realize that, everything changes.
Well said. So go out there, start small, smile, breathe, and remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present.
All right, James, let's talk about what happens after the first spark. You've had that fun, relaxed conversation. Now the question is, how do you make her actually remember you?
Exactly, because getting a woman's attention is one thing, but staying on her mind long after you walk away, that's real attraction.
And spoiler alert, guys, it's not about looks or pickup lines. It's about how you make her feel.
Yes, when a woman walks away thinking, that guy made me feel comfortable, curious, and excited, she'll want to see you again. That's emotional chemistry.
So how do you create that emotional connection without sounding fake or rehearsed?
It's all about shared emotion. If she talks about something meaningful, meet her there emotionally. You don't have to fix her story, just understand it.
For example, if she says, I moved to the city alone and it was scary at first, instead of replying with, oh yeah, cool, try saying,
that must have taken courage. A lot of people never take that leap. Boom, you've just validated her experience instead of brushing it off.
yes, that's emotional intelligence. You're connecting through empathy, not just words.
And women find that incredibly attractive because it shows depth. Confidence plus empathy equals irresistible.
Exactly. It's not the macho guy or the overly nice guy. It's the emotionally aware man who knows when to listen and when to lead.
Now, let's talk about how to leave her with a memory that stands out, because that's what makes the difference between just another guy and that guy.
One way is to create a micro moment of uniqueness. Do or say something playful that ties to your conversation.
Like if you met at a cafe and joked about pastries, you could end with, "Next time we meet, you're picking the pastry. It's your turn to impress me."
I love that. It's light but confident. You've left her smiling and curious about that next meeting.
Exactly. It's called the open loop. You plant the idea of seeing her again without pressure. Her mind keeps replaying it later.
And that's what attraction really is. Lingering curiosity. She starts thinking about you even when you're not there.
So remember, confidence opens the door, curiosity keeps it open.
Okay, James, now let's talk about the part that gives guys anxiety, the follow-up text.
Oh yes, the "when should I text her" dilemma. Here's the rule. Don't overthink it. If the vibe was good, you can text her the same day or the next.
Right. Waiting 3 days to look cool, that's outdated. Confidence is clear communication.
Exactly. But how you text matters. You want to keep the same energy you had in person.
So no generic messages like, "Hey, what's up?" That's a fast way to fade into the background.
Instead, call back to something you shared. For example, "Hey, pastry partner, did you find a croissant worthy of our next debate yet?"
I love that. It's flirty, funny, and personalized.
Exactly. Or if you met at a cafe talking about dogs, you could end with, "Hey, tell your dog I'm still jealous of his energy level. Did you two go for another marathon today?"
That's perfect. It brings back the memory of that conversation. You're reminding her of the good emotions she felt.
And here's another trick. Keep your texts short but meaningful. Don't write essays. Texting should tease, not tell.
Yes, think of it as adding fuel to a fire, not dumping a bucket of water. The goal is to make her smile and respond, not to tell your life story.
This is where mindset comes in. If you're texting from anxiety, checking your phone every minute, she'll feel that energy.
Totally. But if you text from a relaxed, positive space, it shows confidence. You're saying, "I'm happy to connect, but I've also got my own life."
Exactly. The less you need her response, the more likely you'll get it.
That's a paradox most men don't understand. Detachment creates attraction because real confidence isn't chasing approval, it's enjoying the moment.
If this is clicking for you, hit that like button. It tells YouTube that men want real relationship advice, not fake pickup lines.
And drop a comment sharing your go-to opener or follow-up text. We love reading your stories. You might help someone else build confidence too. Let's say you've texted her and she's responding, but how do you know if she's actually interested or just being polite?
Good question. The first sign? Effort. If she mirrors your energy, asks questions, or sends emojis, that's engagement.
Exactly. If she laughs, plays along, or brings up things from your earlier conversation, that's a green light.
But if her replies are one-word answers, no follow-up questions, or long delays, that's low interest. Don't take it personally, just move on gracefully.
Right. Confidence means not forcing what's not mutual. Every no just makes room for a better yes.
Well said. Rejection isn't failure, it's redirection.
So once she's engaging and the vibe's good, what's the right way to ask her out again without sounding too pushy?
Simple. Keep it casual, but specific. Say something like, "Hey, I'm checking out that new coffee spot this weekend. You in?"
That's great because it's confident, not desperate. You're inviting her into your world, not asking for permission to enter hers.
Exactly. The tone is, "I enjoy your company. Come join me." That's attractive energy.
And if she says she's busy, no problem. Just smile, even through text, and say, "Cool, another time then. Don't pick the boring pastry without me." It keeps the door open.
Yes, never get salty. Stay light. Your calmness will stand out because most guys overreact.
And women remember emotional stability. When you stay grounded, you automatically rise above 90% of other men.
Exactly. Confidence is calmness under uncertainty. That's what wins hearts, not perfect lines.
You know, James, everything we've talked about, approaching, talking, texting, it all loops back to inner confidence.
Exactly. When you see yourself as worthy of connection, you stop fearing rejection.
You start enjoying the process.
And that's the real secret. Women are drawn to men who enjoy life. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's self-trust.
Well said. So don't try to get women. Try to connect with people. The rest follows naturally.
Exactly. You're not learning tricks, you're learning truth, and that's what makes you magnetic.
So guys, remember this line. Approach with curiosity, connect with confidence, and communicate with care. That's how you win conversations and hearts.
That's beautiful. And on that note, thank you for listening. Go practice these tips in real life. Don't just watch, apply.
Because real confidence doesn't come from watching videos, it comes from living them.
See you in the next episode, everyone. Stay confident, stay kind, and keep growing. You know, James, I think what most guys don't realize is this. Confidence isn't about knowing exactly what to say. It's about showing up as yourself and trusting that you're enough.
Exactly. When you approach a woman, you're not trying to perform or impress. You're simply saying, hey, I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I'd like to get to know you. That energy alone changes everything.
And women feel that difference. It's not about perfect words, it's about presence. You could say something as simple as, hi, I saw your smile and I had to come say hello. And if your energy is calm and genuine, it lands beautifully.
Right, because when you're relaxed, she can be relaxed too. When you're confident, she can feel safe being herself. That's how real connection happens, not through tricks, but through truth.
And honestly, that's the kind of man women want to meet. Not the guy trying to prove something, but the guy who's grounded, kind, and curious.
So if you take one thing away from this conversation, let it be this. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present.
Yes, and start small. Smile at someone, say hello, compliment her vibe, not her looks. Let confidence become a habit, not a performance.
And remember, confidence grows with action. Every time you take a small step forward, you're training your mind to trust yourself a little more.
Exactly. That's why we keep saying stop waiting for the right moment. Just create it. Because the truth is, the right moment is now.
Guys, if this message hit home for you, drop a comment below. Tell us what part resonated most or share your biggest fear when approaching women. We might feature your question in the next episode.
And hit that like button if you're ready to level up your confidence. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next, because we're diving deeper into how to read women's signals and build natural attraction step by step.
This is your reminder. Women don't want a perfect man, they want a real one. So go out there, start conversations, and let your confidence do the talking.
Exactly. Be genuine, be bold, and remember, the most attractive thing you can ever be is yourself.
This is James.
And this is Sarah.
And this was Modern Love Talk. See you in the next episode.